Hello, Steve White, Boy 89 for Steve Hearts 89. John Boyega is back in the news. Now, we're familiar with John. He's been quite controversial, especially since his NDA to Star Wars seems to have ended. Now, this kind of started with Black Lives Matter. He made a speech at Black Lives Matter because he's black, it mattered to him. Obviously, a lot of people criticise him because they're racist and hate black people and don't like them having a voice or saying anything because, it scares the hell out of them because, white privilege, no, we're losing it, So, so that was happening. And this kind of followed something that I felt was really not paid enough attention to. Back in 2016 when they were promoting... must have been The Last Jedi because must have been The Last Jedi. But in the first film, he was sort of shown very much, especially in the advertising and in the film, to be a major character. He was a stormtrooper who left and abandoned it to become a Jedi. Apparently, was what he was supposed to do, and that could have been a really interesting character. But instead, they sidelined him and made him into a joke. And what started off as a very diverse cast and characters, which they're basically copying the outline for the first trilogy. In the second trilogy was the original sort of plan to just sort of repeat that, which is not good. But at least they had interesting characters, and it could have gone somewhere. But instead, they sidelined all the people of colour, all the minorities, and just focused on the two white people and their pasty, abusive relationship. And they just focused on that instead. And where this was most evident was when they were promoting the film in China. Now, I'm not racist against China. I'm not bashing China. A lot of people are dogpiling on stuff like this because China did something wrong, but, it doesn't mean anything about anything else. They basically, they took the poster, which featured him prominently, the American one, and they reduced him and moved him, and they also got rid of some of the other people of colour and reduced them. And why did Disney do that? Because despite all their preaching about being woke and diversity and representation, when it comes to making money, they care more about making money. So because apparently the Chinese market doesn't like people of colour, apparently that they are. I've heard that they're racist, and I know a few of my Asian friends have been disgusted when I've been attracted to black guys in public and told me, "What are you looking at him for? Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Oh, is this a thing?" Apparently, it's a thing. I didn't realise because not being racist, you tend to not realise other people are until they present it to you because it's just like you're oblivious to it until it. Yeah. So I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know Asian people didn't like black people. Apparently, allegedly, this is like a cultural thing. And I'm seeing proof of it everywhere in a lot of marketing, advertising, and issues and articles and things that I've read. And don't think I've really commented on it because I wanted to comment on this when I heard out about it, but it was so long after the fact it just seemed pointless. But it's kind of relevant now because that happened, and then his role in the films was reduced and messed up. And Black Lives Matter happened, and I guess he stopped giving any fucks, basically. He's always been pretty out there. He's fairly aggressive, actually, but I mean, in a sort of hot, interesting, cocky guy sort of way. Not a... I wanted to point out a racist stereotype, but there's no way to do it without using any bad words, so I'm just going to let that one go. So, yeah, then... After Black Lives Matters, he started hinting, and we all knew this was going to happen. We all knew, all the fandom menace people, all the YouTubers who were paying attention to this, knew he was going to blow like something when his NDA was up and Star Wars, when the rise of the Skywalker and everything was over and everything. We knew this was going to happen, and it did, and we knew we were right about everything, and we were. I'm making my own little meme of that, Trek Boy 89 was right the whole time. I'm going to make my own one since I'm not important enough to get one made for me like Mecha Random and SC Reviews and all those important YouTubers because I'm nobody. So, nobody. Getting off the point. Basically, he filmed an ad for a cologne called Joe Malone London because he was raised in London. Obviously, he's very London, of my perception of London. A lot of black people in London, you know, it's not a white place. And he grew up in Peckham, and he did this video that he wrote and directed about him and his family and being home and his friends, and it was all very diverse, and it was all about what this cologne was supposed to represent. That was supposed to be London and all that, you know, and that's sort of the style a lot of these things do. A lot of his cologne and you know, marketing, that's this. They want to identify you with the brand with, you know, you and your life, or some place, or some moment, or some experience, or something important, something relevant. So he wrote this very personal story, used his friends and family in the video and everything, and I guess it did well. They made him the brand ambassador or whatever last year, or the face of the clone last year, and then they decided to market it for Asia. Now, it's not inconceivable, the idea of changing a campaign for a new target audience. So the idea of perhaps getting Asian actors and making an ad that would be showing Asian people enjoying the cologne, like, you know, them identifying with it, like, you know, that makes some sense marketing wise. I'm not going to totally throw them under the bus for that, but what they did, I don't think that was, you know, the whole reason, but what they did that was really wrong, aside from the fact, the main thing, they redid his commercial, removed him, redid it, but they basically just redid the commercial. They didn't create a new campaign. They took his commercial that he wrote, basically just used the same lines and just recast it with Chinese people and removed all the black people. No diversity, just all gone. They had an actor called Liu Haoran basically take on the role, and I know I said that wrong, I always do. It's not meant to be disrespectful, I'm just stupid and very white. I can't pronounce anything. Public school. White Australian public school. I don't know anything. God, I'm rambling. So yeah, he's not happy, and I don't blame him. And no one, I swear to God, if I see anyone saying that this is him trying to race bait or something, because that's what they were saying about his comments about Star Wars and what they did with his character. People were basically saying, and there's some merit to it, I guess, that Star Wars screwed up every character and treated every character poorly and just did a poor job of the sequels. And that's true, but it's not that simple. It's not just a matter of bad writing. They were very racist in how they sort of just saw the film and saw their role in presenting the film and the characters and all that. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy and Roundhead Ryan Johnson, that's his name, Ryan Johnson. They both just very, very white people. She's uber feminist. He's an idiot. They ruined all the characters. JJ at least tried to set something up interesting, and they ruined it. And he had every right to comment on that, and I believe race was a big part of it. And people were saying that he was just race baiting, just making it up, just, you know, blaming race when race wasn't part of it, bringing race into it when race wasn't part of it, and it totally was. There's no way now with this they can say he's making it up. He has every reason to be angry about this, and I cannot see anyone claiming that this is in his imagination, or he's just, you know, trying to use something for attention and use the race card, which is what people were accusing him of. There's no way you can do that with this one. So yeah, they basically stole his ad. If they had just done a whole new campaign that was totally different and focused on mainly Asian characters because it's an Asian market, that would make sense. But to steal his thing and just replace him like, oh, we like this campaign, but we can't have black people in it because, you know, the Asian people don't like black people, and just saying, well, that's okay, we'll just remove the black people because racism's okay so long as they're buying stuff. It's just, we have this whole argument with the capitalists and the left wing and the right wing and all that about how you just do what the audience wants. You just give them what they want to make the money, because it's all about making money, show business. But at some point you have to say, no, this is wrong. We can't do this, even if it costs us money. You know, the morality of it is more important. the artistic integrity is more important than capitalism and just making money. And there are ways to, I think there are ways to do both. Some people fail very badly. Some people don't even try. But this is not an example of that they should have been able to market this cologne to the Asian market without pandering to racism, and they didn't. They failed miserably, and they've acknowledged that, and that's good. But John didn't even know that they did it. They didn't even tell him. They didn't consult him. They didn't say, "Hey, we're going to market this for the Asian market. What do you think we should do? How, blah blah blah. How do we make it more?" Blah, 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 blah. They didn't do anything. He just saw the ad on the internet or something. I don't know where he saw it, but he just saw the ad when it was released. So no respect. We'll just take your campaign, twist it, use it, it's just, oh God, people, it's just people. This could have been done well, but it wasn't. Just like this video could have been done well, but it hasn't. I'm just rambling, but I'm tired. I've made too many videos today, and every one has gone wrong at least 2 times. And when you redo a video on YouTube, it seems really easy just to talk to people and just talk, but it's not. A lot of people are scripted. I just talk. But then when you've done 2 or 3 videos, like, did I say that? Or did I just say that in the last video? Is this going to make sense because I've just left something out? It's just, then you start second guessing everything, and yeah, it's just a mess. So I'm sorry if this has been incoherent or messy, but I just had to comment on this because I just can't believe they did that. And I'm really curious to see if anyone tries to say that this is him race baiting, because some people almost had a point with Star Wars because they did mess up everything. So you could almost think that it wasn't racism, just stupidity, but I think it was both. And the campaign, that certainly was racism. So I'm just going to sit back and see what happens. But feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I apologize for the rambling. I'm going to go now. Bye.